Serious fighting around Lysychansk has been raging for more than a week. Over the last 24 hours, Kremlin-backed separatists insist they have encircled the city, a claim now backed by Russia's defense minister.
The
6th Cossack Regiment, named after Ataman Platov, together with our fighting friend, our fighters, liberated the city of Lysychansk. Akhmet is power, Cossacks are power. Together we are power.
But Ukraine says the city is still under its control and it's inflicting losses on the advancing troops. Al Jazeera can't independently confirm either claim.
In and around Donetsk, the occupiers are concentrating their main efforts on securing positions in the cities of Lysychansk and Verkhnekamenka. Their attempted offensive actions near Belogorivka had no success and they were forced into retreat.
If Lysychansk were to fall to the Russians strategically, it would be hugely significant. It would essentially mean Moscow controls Luhansk and neighbouring Donetsk, the two provinces which make up the Donbass. And Russia has concentrated its military efforts there since pulling back from the capital Kyiv at the start of the war. In the Russian city of Belgorod, 40 kilometres across the Ukrainian border, the mayor reported a series of explosions overnight which hit a residential area, killing at least 4. Some Russian politicians are demanding Ukraine pay a severe price for the attack. And the ousted mayor of Melitopol, who was replaced with a Kremlin appointee, claims there has been a successful attack on a Russian base in the occupied city.
Today, the armed forces of Ukraine took out of action one of them. At 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock, there were over 30 strikes exclusively on a military base. Russian fascists are trying to evacuate any undamaged military gear, but there is none left.
The situation in Lysychansk will be the one worrying the Ukrainian leadership most of all. Losing that would be strategically significant, and they say the situation will become much clearer in the next 24 hours.
And Alan Fisher is live for us now in the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. Alan, as you mentioned, there are rapid advances by the Russians in the east, and we've also heard reports of shelling in the Ukrainian city of Slavyansk.
And Slavyansk isn't very far away from Lysychansk, and that is what's deeply worrying. Certainly in the last couple of hours we've heard from the mayor there. He said there has been a sustained barrage of Russian rockets that has happened over the last few hours. He's saying it's the worst assault that he's seen since the start of the war. There are multiple fires raging across the city that they're trying to put out, at least 15 according to his calculations. A number of people have been killed, 6 dead, at least 15 injured. So it's clear that this is going to be the new front line. It all fits in with the Russian attempts to try and control the entire Donbass region. That, of course, was the region that wanted to be separate from Ukraine. It was one of the reasons that the Russians said they were invading, was to give these people autonomy, to give them support for their independence movement from Ukraine. It has been at the centre of their military strategy since they decided to pull out of Kyiv, when they realised they weren't going to take the capital as quickly as they thought, if at all. And so they decided to concentrate almost entirely in the Donbass region. Certainly across the east and parts of the south, we're hearing reports of a lot more missiles being fired. The Ukrainian military saying that there has been almost a doubling in the number of rocket attacks just in the last week alone. And the word from many mayors in cities across that region to people is to please take care, and when the alerts and the alarms go off, to head to the shelters. That is the way they say most people will be able to keep themselves safe.
Alan Fisher in Kyiv, thank you.